Every day, between 40,000 and 50,000 new meme coins are launched, and only a few hundred live up to investor expectations. Hunting a potential altcoin from thousands of projects takes the right tools, research, and tons of experience. I'm Brett at CryptoGX, and today I'm going to teach you how to know when altcoin season will start in any crypto cycle and dive deep into finding the right altcoins for you to potentially invest in. I'll show you 4 powerful tools that you can use to analyze and find altcoins that have the potential to explode. These tools will give you the clarity to separate what's good and what's bad. And stick around to the end for a bonus tip that could save you from one of the biggest rookie mistakes that I'm surprised that no one is talking about right now. So let's start by understanding when to avoid jumping into altcoins with the Bitcoin rainbow chart. You have to understand this chart in order to have an idea of when altcoin season might be coming to an end. This chart slices the Bitcoin price into 9 color bands. Basically a fire sale, buy, accumulate, still cheap, hold, is this a bubble, FOMO intensifies, sell seriously, and maximum bubble territory. And each band gives you a clear action. You can find the Bitcoin rainbow chart on blockchaincenter.net/en/Bitcoin-rainbow-chart, or you could just Google it, pretty simple. But when Bitcoin drops into this deep blue, that's where we're gonna focus on first. This is the fire sale section. You can open up a small position in Bitcoin. The light blue tells you to buy, so you can add more in that area as prices are still at a discount. The green band is more about accumulation and tells you to keep stacking your Bitcoin. Now the middle hold zone obviously means that you hold your position. The yellow, is this a bubble? That's what it's called. Warns you to lock in your gains and kind of tighten your stop losses. In the orange section, this is where FOMO intensifies. This pushes you to secure profits before the crowd does, as the market might reverse at any moment. It's not necessarily going to go all the way to red. Now, burnt orange, the darker orange, is the sell seriously. This signals heavy trimming. And then at the red at the top, the maximum bubble territory means that you should stay out of the market if you're not in it already. Absolutely. No more buying, secure your profits, and wait for the market to turn the red and back to the orange and capitulate. It could start at any moment here. And if we're looking back at past cycles, it has this big peak and then big fall off, big peak and then fall off, and big peak and then fall off. The question is, or the difference is, that each of the peaks, in the beginning was in red, this went past the red, went into the red, and the last one only really went into these orange sections right here. And this chart already has a logarithmic trend, meaning the gains are smaller percentages on every cycle. But personally, I think that this could have a steeper logarithmic curve to match the previous cycle and show the decreasing returns per cycle and match this peak in what I would call a new red zone, and then be better at forecasting the future potential returns. So, I would guess we might get into this yellow range potentially. But if we're generalizing over all of the particular cycles here, you'll see that, yes, it gets up near the red or goes towards the red and then goes all the way down into at least this blue, bottom blue section, maybe not all the way to the purple section, but generally that is your best buying period. And we're, I wouldn't say we're there right now because we are on an upward trend. I think that this chart is becoming a little less accurate. So like I was saying before, I think we're probably further up. I would wait for the peak in order to completely just dive in like we would in these kind of accumulation zones right here. There's still more room to grow, but I'm not going to bet the whole farm on this. Now, the reason why we're looking at the Bitcoin chart is because altcoins follow the trajectory of Bitcoin. This tool can really help you understand the price action of the altcoins that you're planning to invest in. If the price of Bitcoin is already in the red zone and capitulation is about to start, no matter which coin you invest in, you're very likely to end up in a loss, or at least you're risking a lot by getting in at that point. So now that you know if the crypto market is still going up, let's answer the next question. Is it the right time to invest in altcoins or in Bitcoin? For this, I always use the altcoin season index. This is our next tool. It's a simple gauge running from 0 to 100. Below 25 means that it's Bitcoin season. Above 75 means it's altcoin season. Now, I prefer to use the altcoin season index on CoinMarketCap. It's got a bunch of different charts and, coins performance and things like that. I particularly like the look of. At the moment, we're rated at a 37 out of 100, leaning towards the Bitcoin season. And in the middle is kind of a gray area for both. You can see that the orange is grayed out and the blue is grayed out here. So we're still leaning on the Bitcoin side right now. Now, this is not necessarily a trailing indicator, but it is a historical indicator where basically this is telling you what has happened recently. So Bitcoin has been going up. We noticed that it was stuck in the kind of 100,000, 110,000 range, and now it's up to about 120,000. So Bitcoin has had a recent pump. Now, usually what that means is altcoins are about to pump. So personally, when it's in this middle area, I would start slowly accumulating dollar cost averaging into altcoins, especially especially the larger cap ones. This does mean that the meme coins are still kind of going up as well. When the altcoin season really hits, that's when meme coins are going to go even crazier, but there is some movement and positive potential as Bitcoin is going up in this section right here, in this middle section. Now, but aside from that, in general, the rule is pretty simple. If it is in the Bitcoin season region, then it's time to invest in Bitcoin, especially when you look at the rainbow chart and you see it's in the kind of buy section, go for Bitcoin. Now, if the Bitcoin rainbow chart is kind of up towards or in the hold section, then you're going to want to check the altcoin season index and see if that is passing over into altcoin season. Now, right below this chart right here, you can see the top coins performance over 90 days. You'll notice a ton of coins here that have absolutely Bitcoin return. And this is, due to the fact that we're pretty deep into the season already, or at least deep into the crypto bull market. But, we're still not in altcoin season yet, which is a little interesting just because of the fact that it's not showing altcoin season and yet we're seeing a lot of returns. Earlier on into the crypto bull run, it wouldn't be the same way. Right when Bitcoin pops off, the altcoins are going to be trailing behind and you won't see these gigantic returns in comparison, at least. Now, because of this, it is probably a really good time to be stacking up on your altcoins because of the fact that, yes, altcoins have popped off in the last 6 months when Bitcoin was trailing down, but we're, going back to Bitcoin season. It was over here recently below 37 and now it's heading towards altcoin season again. Over this time, I would be starting to rotate from the bigger Bitcoins and Ethereums into the altcoins that are going to have higher returns. The only issue is when it is in Bitcoin season, it's pretty difficult to find the really good projects and know which ones are going to have the highest gains. So typically I will stick to the largest altcoins that are tried and true, Ethereum, XRP, Solana, anything in the top 20 by market cap. Now, obviously we're going to be talking about meme coins here, and we want to understand how to specifically find ones that are about to pop. And the tool that's going to help with this is Arkham Intelligence. So you can find this at intel.arkham.com, ARKM.com. Think of it like if you wanted to see the exact coins that the biggest institutions and insiders are holding. Since every transaction lives on a public ledger, Arkham uses that transparency to show who's buying what, when, and in what size. For example, you can look at MicroStrategy's wallet right here and watch over their Bitcoin stack and watch that climb in value over time. Now shift over to BlackRock's address, you can see a flow diagram mapping every token that they've moved in and out. But let's zoom in on someone even more influential, Vitalik Buterin. So on this dashboard, you'll see his portfolio. At the top, Arkham shows his net value, which is over $700 million, and a breakdown of his holdings by chain. You'll spot his 240,000 Ethereum position, a few stable coins parked for gas, and even tiny token bets like KNC and Mudeng. Now, this chart also shows a balance history chart, which simulates how his net worth has fluctuated since 2016. Under that, you can see the token balances. This tab will show each token's lifetime performance within his vault. Now, in order to change this, you would have to click on each token. Now, for example, it pulls up Ethereum. This is the number of Ethereum tokens in his wallet since 2016. If we wanted to go to, let's say he's got Mudeng, type in Mudeng right here, press enter, and there you go. You can see his holdings have been since 2024. He had 62 billion of them. Now he's got 30 billion of them. And that changed in October of 2024, which is funny because that probably was when they actually had a big pump after that. Next to that, you'll see the profit and loss tab. This is going to show you the profit and loss over time of this particular wallet address. Now you may be thinking, how does this help you find the right altcoin? Well, imagine you spot Vitalik slowly building a position in a little known token, or you might spot BlackRock quietly stacking a new DeFi project. Arkham alerts you before mainstream hype kicks in. There are real-time numbers, so even before BlackRock could tweet about what they bought, you would already know. You would do that by, on the right, going to create alert right here. After you've signed in, you can set the alerts to be all kinds of indicators specifically to what you're looking for. You can track flow volumes, on-chain activity spikes, and wallet migrations to pinpoint early signals. By following the footsteps of crypto's richest, you turn public on-chain data into your own research edge. But the problem is these prominent wallets and crypto rich don't invest in low market cap coins. And that's where the 100x opportunity is, right? Well, for that, I got you. We'll be using another tool. This is the fourth and final one called Dexscreener, plus a Solana wallet tracker like Solscan. On Dexscreener, pick a small cap pair like here, alt/sol. Once the chart loads, click into the top traders tab here. You'll see a list of wallet aliases, their buy amount, sell amount, and P&L. Once you see a wallet that has turned a few $1,000s into six figures, for example, this top wallet right here turned about 2.3K into 383K. That's $381,000 in profit. That's the kind of move that you want to trace. So on the very far right here where it says EXP, you're going to click that little arrow to open the exact transaction in a blockchain explorer. So this is what that looks like when you open that. At the top, you'll see the wallet address. You're going to copy and paste that. You can click this little copy to clipboard right here, and then you're going to paste that into the wallet tracker. The wallet tracker we're using here is coinstats.app. You can put that into the top right here. It'll load up a page that looks just like this. The overview panel shows their Solana balance and the number of tokens that they hold. Under portfolio, you'll see a breakdown of each token and its dollar value. This reveals which small coins that they've loaded up on and exactly when they locked in their profits. Now you know which low cap coins paid off for this whale. You can do your own due diligence and then copy their trades on a scaled down version of their position. So with all those indicators, we got to talk about the bonus tip. Some of these traders are doing insider trading, and the coins dump very soon after they take out their profits, especially for big whales that are not prominent figures like Vitalik or, BlackRock. So always do paper trades, closely follow the wallet activity. Paper trades being just doing it on paper rather than actually doing it, to develop a sense of how to be successful before you actually do real trades. And then also look at the coin's price action for high stakes in the altcoin market. Giving it a shot on paper trading really protects you from just diving into coins that are going to dump soon after, especially if they have this insider information or are using a bot that could move quicker and process transactions faster than you can. With all this, I know you're going to be far and away better off than the large majority of traders out there. And also, if you're ready to get into some crypto, I'll leave links to Coinbase and crypto.com. You'll get at least $50 of crypto just for signing up with those links. And since you're clearly interested in meme coins, I left a link to MoonShot where you can claim some free meme coins just for signing up. Thanks for watching. I hope you enjoyed. Hit subscribe if you want to stay tuned for all things crypto, and I will catch you in the next one.